Hi there and welcome along. Now behind me is my Dahlia Imperialis. I love growing the different and the unusual. However, Dahlia Imperialis, the tree dahlia, sometimes reaches between 8 and 14 feet. And you can see this year it's really not been as tall as it could have been because it's been so exceedingly hot and so exceedingly dry. I was really hoping as the summer went on and on and on for this particular season that for the first time in 3 years I was going to get some flowers off of Dahlia Imperialis, which look like little tiny parachutes hanging down. They nod very, very beautifully and gracefully. Now, I've had this tuber in the ground for around 5, coming on 6 years now, and in that time, I've only seen flowers on it twice, and those flowers have only lasted for a matter of 2 or 3 days before it actually gets frosted off. Unfortunately, I did try and dig it up last year, but the tubers are like this. They're like giant sweet potatoes, measuring around 12 to 15 inches long and a good 6 inches in diameter across. Now, even with all my space here at North Lodge, we have the luxury of gardening across around a third of an acre. I do not have the space for something that is simply not cutting it. So I'm really going to have to roll up my sleeves over this autumn and winter season. And Dahlia Imperialis, unfortunately, is going to have to leave the garden because I really need the space for something else, which is a bit of a shame. As you can see, plenty of growth left on it, but there are no signs of any flower buds whatsoever, and those daytime and nighttime temperatures are starting to plummet. So I am going to cut it down. I'll give you a little bit of a sense of scale, and we'll move the camera. Bear with me a second while we just do this. This can't be done in more than one take, so let's just take this across, and I'm going to show you very quickly. Where are we? Right, how big the stems on this thing are. Look at my hand around this. Can you see that? I can literally only just get my fingers together. So it's really, really thick. And when it comes to removing something like this, your normal secateurs won't work. Even a really decent pair of loppers won't work. You have to resort to a pruning saw because the stems are so big. Let's just cut through one of these for you. Look at that. Tell you what, cut a little cross section. Look at that. Absolutely massive. Completely hollow in the center. Hello? Ooh. Absolutely massive. So I'm going to set about cutting down Imperialis, Dahlia Imperialis, and then I'm going to have to set about digging it up because it takes up a piece of border around 2 square meters. I say towering 10 to 14 feet high every year. I simply don't have space for it for something that's not going to flower regularly. Anyway, I'll see you again soon. Take good care. Bye-bye.